Hello, everyone, and welcome to our race review of the American Grand Prix, which was perhaps the most boring Grand Prix of the season. So this is going to be fun, isn't it? I'm Ajax, and I'm joined by Sorgan. Hello, Sorgan.
Hello, everyone. Hope you haven't been that bored of it. Honestly, I feel like it's more of a recency bias. I feel like it was like maybe the top five most boring, but definitely not the most boring one. Like,
I was sick and
we've had
tired of
Monaco.
watching Lando Norris. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, I'm
Just
sure we'll
sick and
talk about it.
tired. But we have a lot to talk about. We have qualifying, we have the sprints, we have the race. But we're going to start off with our biggest surprise of the weekend. We made predictions, and let's see which one of us did better this race. I'm currently 6 points behind in our standings, which is miles behind, and you're definitely going to pick up points here for a certain prediction that is just too easy, and yet I went the other way. Um, Oh gosh, this is going to be a difficult one for me. Let's head into to our biggest surprise. You had Haas double points.
Yeah, no, only one has finished in the points, so
One Haas again, an impressive drive
yeah.
from him, from
only
old
only
Ollie
Bear.
Berman.
Yes, good drive from him. Fortunately, not the other has as well alongside, so I end up in points. But
Should have
I don't think points will be.
hmm,
I don't think there will be a lack of points from my side.
should have arguably got points in the sprint as well, Ollie Berman, from memory.
Yes, that was the one with. Wait,
I might be completely tripping out. I can't lie. I cannot
wait. I
remember
actually
this
don't
race weekend.
remember. I don't remember sprint like what exactly happened to Behrman. Was it like something with Hulkenberg? No, Hulkenberg actually DNF in sprint. So no.
Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
I had no idea what happened to Behrman in the sprint. uh,
We'll ignore him. But didn't he get like? I swear, like he was battling Sonoda, and then he got a 5 place penalty, 5 second penalty.
yeah, I remember that. Yeah, he got no penalty points though, so
Although,
no
yeah, yeah.
no penalty, race ban or anything.
Anyway, on to my prediction, which was a Russell DNF. Now, all I'm saying is sixth is basically a Russell DNF in my book. So maybe I deserve the points for this one.
You're a very strange book, buddy.
Sorry.
He has finished the race, I believe.
He
So
did
that's
finish the race, yeah. He finished sixth, which is disappointing for Russell, let's be honest. We'd expect to see a lot better based on the last race, but this car just not made for this track and was just behind Piastri the whole race, sort of in no man's land. Miles ahead of Sonoda, but couldn't just catch up with Oscar, who himself is we're going to get onto at some point on his long weekend. But we'll go to our overperformer predictions now, which, look, all I'm saying is I think I deserve a point.
yeah, you do because Hulkenberg was such a bad run of form
Yeah.
that like a P, was it the P4, right? In
Yeah, he
the
got
sprint
P4 in sprint
qualifying.
qualifying. The
For most Max fans, the sprint race start would be enough for an overperformer, but we're not necessarily Max fans, so we gotta judge his performance as well, not just as the consequences of his actions. And his well, in the entire weekend was very good. He scored points in the race as well. I believe it was a P8, right?
yes.
Uh, Heinz Tsunoda. Like he got the place ahead of Behrman because Behrman decided to well
We'll get to
he had fun
that.
with Yuki Tsunoda.
uh, talking of which, I think Yuki also deserves a shout.
Yeah, Yuki has definitely had a much cleaner weekend, but considering his teammate pretty much has got
But also
everything except the fastest lap this weekend.
double race points for Yuki Tsunoda. When was the last time we saw that happen?
I don't think we have ever seen that happen this season.
No, exactly. And I remember the US sprint race last year. He had to retire or something along those lines. So yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while.
Yes.
I don't think Liam Lawson's 11th is enough to get him points.
Yeah, I expected more from Lawson. I mean, he looked good throughout the weekend at some certain points, but not quite the performance like the others in the midfield.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Um, so yeah,
But
so you get a point.
yes, get in
Give that
there.
to you.
That point's about to
Yeah.
be taken away from me as we talk about underperformers. Uh,
Yes, this was like, look, I'm I'm a big Piastri fan, but I really had this feeling for this weekend specifically that he's not just not going to have pace, and that's exactly what happened. He was off in both qualifying sessions, off in the both races in terms of race pace. He made no progress except the lap one move in the sprint. There's basically nothing he has done the entire weekend
I
for his championship sakes, at least, because like.
I
Yeah,
do want to talk about straight away that opening crash in the sprint, right? Who is there anyone to blame? Is it a racing incident? What is your thoughts on it?
I look at it. I looked at it from all the perspectives. I gotta say, I feel like it wasn't necessarily anyone's fault, like straight up fault, like that it was deserve a penalty. But like, if I would have to blame a specific driver, it probably would be Piastri, like 50%, and then the other 50 for both Hulkenberg and Norris. Thing is, Norris lost technically lost the place in turn one, but he dive bombed, went late. Piastri obviously went for the switchback, but there was Hulkenberg behind with Alonso as well in the inside. If there wasn't Alonso, or maybe even both of those cars, Piastri would get the overtake done. But the thing is, he was fighting Norris. He was all looking like he was looking at him. He wasn't paying attention to anything else. He wanted to switch back. At that point, he had no time to react. Hulkenberg pumped into him, and it resulted in a double McLaren DNF, which was very unfortunate for both of them,
Yeah, huge.
but very fortunate for Max Verstappen, who obviously gained a lot of points in the championship.
Yes, yeah, exactly. I'm pretty much the same opinion. I do think Piastri probably needs to do better there, but like it's mainly a racing incident beyond anything. If you were to put a blame on someone, it would be Piastri, but I don't think that's
Yep.
like.
Yeah, definitely wasn't Hulkenberg's fault like Zach Brown said initially, because like where was he supposed to go? He had Alonso on the inside, and Piastri just randomly cutting across him, like he wasn't there. So Hulkenberg had like no fault there. He was also very quick in the sprint qualifying, so very
Yeah, it
unfortunately he
was
couldn't get any points
very
in the
unfortunate for
sprint.
all of them as well, because obviously
Yeah,
would have been
Alonso
huge for
also
Alonso.
did one for team. Yeah.
And
Luckily for the other drivers, no one was caught up with all the debris and
yeah,
all the
there was a
there
lot.
somehow.
I saw a lot of cars memes. The Lightning McQueen racing through the field that's crashing. I saw a lot of that with a lot of different drivers because so many drivers had to weave their way through the debris of that incident. But yeah, that was pretty much the entire sprint race, wasn't it?
Yes. Yes, just the start, just the collision, and then it was like at one point it looked like Russell could fight with Max, but then Mercedes just killed his own tires, as they usually do on very hot
Yes.
tracks.
Yeah.
Singapore was a one-off, I believe, of it because of the humidity as and everything. Because somehow the Mercedes just randomly works every now and then, but this was like the stereotypical bad track for Mercedes car, and yeah, Russell had no chance to get anywhere near Max realistically. And if he would have the pace to fight with him, it would be very difficult to pass him as well because obviously Max is very good at defending, and we saw how difficult it was to overtake this weekend. Uh, if you did have the straight line speed, and I believe Red Bull had one of the highest ones. So yeah,
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. And then there was a dive bomb by Hamilton on Leclerc, which I found quite fun.
yeah.
And then we finished the race under a red flag. So yeah, fun Saturday, fun Saturday.
Red flag was there?
Sorry, yellow
Wasn't it?
safety car, safety car. That's what I meant.
It's like a virtual safety car, right?
I think it was a proper safety car.
Okay, I might be wrong.
But
So, yeah.
Science came third, so I'm definitely not getting a point. Um, but yeah, Piastri this weekend. Yeah, stinker, 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 stinker.
Yes. Science, he was the better driver of the Williamses, but still didn't have the cleanest weekend. He always got the P3 in the sprint, which is great, but that was helped by everyone in front of him, the NFX. So, like, yeah, you have to be at the right place at the right time, which he was in the sprint, but that was race contact with Antonelli. That was just straight up stupid. Like, no idea what he was trying to do there. He took out himself and Antonelli, ruined Antonelli's race as well. It was very unnecessary, but doesn't warrant an underperformer. But wasn't the cleanest weekend from Sainz, and again another instance of him just not converting the positions he's in into points like we've seen throughout the season.
Yes.
Yeah.
So whilst we're on it, because we've basically talked about everything to do with it already, you get both the sprint pole and sprint win points, which puts you now on 3. So it's a big way for me to come back at this point.
Yes, I went full Max Verstappen for this weekend. Just had a gut feeling, and it came out pretty correct. Uh, Spoiler alert! I think I'll go the same for Mexico. Yeah, it's pretty safe to pick Max right now because obviously he has the fastest car right now. Somehow the Red Bull made it work, and McLaren is just not being able to fight Max. Like,
Yeah.
look, when Max doesn't have the fastest car and McLaren is like quicker, marginally quicker, sometimes even by a more than margin. Max can still fight the McLarens, but whenever Max gets the fastest car, McLarens are nowhere to be seen. And yeah, if this trend continues, we may as well see a fifth world championship for Max.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah,
It's gonna be interesting.
I want to talk about the title fight after we finish the predictions.
Oh
But
yeah, definitely me too. Don't worry. Um, perfect team. I don't think it's worth talking about our two predictions because they are far off. So who is your perfect team?
I would say Red Bull. They got
Yeah.
the complete domination weekend from Max, and Yuki scored points in both sessions. So definitely Red Bull for me.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I do think Ferrari deserve a shout, given how bad they've been over the last few races. To bring home so many valuable points this weekend was
It's
somewhat of a win for Ferrari. The
been
the
so disappointing that a
the
P3 and P4.
expectations are so low that
Yeah, exactly. Like, and they weren't even good in the sprint. They just randomly turned up on Saturday, like in the evening for qualifying. Charles was very quick for qualifying, and even Lewis, like, they're both up there for qualifying in the race. Just great to see, considering it's Ferrari. Well, but yeah, you never know. They just randomly turn up every now and then. I still weren't quick enough for a P2, even though Charles tried his best. But yeah, not the perfect team for Ferrari, I would say. Red Bull takes it, and Mercedes obviously no. They weren't quick. Aston, no. I mean
no.
they were all right, but not anywhere
Yeah.
near the perfect team. So yeah.
They're also not good for tragic team, so I'm going to ignore that. And we just talked about Ferrari, so we're not on that one either. Who is your tragic
Yeah.
team of the weekend?
Uh, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe Alpine
yeah,
or
Alpine are rock bottom at this point. I'm going to go with Mercedes though. I
Mercedes.
yeah, I don't think George should be that low. They made weird strategy calls with Antonelli, as much as he maybe made those strategy calls for them. Um, I know he got 1 point in the sprint, but yeah, I just think it was him that was battling Yuki. Was it? I can't remember. Anyway, um, so yeah, I just think that's sort of my perspective on it all.
Maybe you could also say Racing Bulls. They haven't scored any points during the weekend.
Yeah, true.
They were in like low, but like considering like they have been very quick entire season. This was one of their worst weekends in terms of pace.
Yes. I've also remembered a underperformer, which should be Lance Stroll, who, not for the race, but the sprint race, it was him and Ocon's crash that brought out the safety car, and he decided to drag his car halfway around the track, basically meaning we couldn't restart because they needed to take the tractor there to go and pick his car up after picking up Ocon's. And yeah, just incredibly dangerous when he had already got one wheel hanging off. So there was no way that he could pull that car around the track. It was a mental decision, absolutely mental.
And the way he got his wheel off was also very.
Yes,
it was Stroll like. It was the like we're used to see the Stroll movements. Yeah, I mean his race was okay. He made a lot of places, but yeah, for like underperformer for Stroll, he would need to be like crashing every race or every section because the bar is set so low there. I don't feel like that sprint warrants an underperformer for Stroll. But yeah, obviously we still had a pretty clear cut underperformer in Piastri. I feel like for a driver, maybe also pick Alex Albon potentially.
Did all right. Yeah, I get it.
It did okay in the sprint, I guess. Or did it in the heat? I don't know. I
believe
it was like up
I
there.
think he's behind Hamilton and.
So he's like P6 in the sprint. So yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Moving over to qualifying. Very interesting pick. Your P5, I gotta say.
Hey, look. They were quick this weekend. Well, they were interesting this weekend, but yeah, that was Alex Albon's not best. He seems to he obviously got his lap time deleted, but he seems to have a real problem around the USA.
Yes, not the greatest track for Alex. The US. Carlos was like better in pretty much every session, I believe. Even in practice, like Carlos was showing quicker pace until his car broke down. And considering he didn't have much running, he still beat Albon in every session.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, indeed. But I do get a point for my second one.
Yep, George Russell in P4.
Thank God, I really need these points.
P3 was Charles, right?
Yes, it was Charles.
And P2 Norris and P1 Max. So we both get points for so you are on 3 and I'm on 4 for Max. Let's say. Yeah, Max pole position, very dominant as well. He only needed one lap. The other one wasn't even allowed. So yeah, just completely flawless weekend for Max. Every single bit. Yeah, I would say definitely. He deserves the overperformer as well when you think about it.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, it was a sensational weekend for Max, and yeah, you gained 2 points there, which puts me further behind, doesn't it? Or am I still only 1 point behind? I swear I'm meant to be 2.
I only get the point for Max in P1.
Yeah, you know Norris P2.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know. I could win this championship if I didn't make sure that it was fair.
Yeah, I feel like you've given me like 3 points at this point, like throughout the season. Thank you very much. Yep. Moving over to the race results. P5.
Piastri.
Piastri, right?
Yeah,
a lot of points.
Painful for me, this.
P4, Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
P3, Charles Leclerc. P2, George. No, P2 was Norris. So.
We had a stinker with Ferrari. Bear in mind, I put them. One of us put them once, and it was 5th in the race.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both get points for Russell, and then you get 1 more point for Verstappen. So great news for me.
Until qualifying, it was looking very good for the Tragic Team Ferrari, honestly.
Yes.
But Yeah, they suddenly just gain pace
It's
and
the
ruin my entire
it's
point.
actually funny. It's the opposite of um, normal. Normally, before qualifying, they look really good, and then they're rubbish in qualifying.
Yeah, it's just random Ferrari weekends all around.
You got to chuck me 1 point there, Bucko.
For what?
Russell.
He got P2 in the sprint, not a race.
Oh yeah, he did. God damn it! Damn
I
it!
gave myself for max win, not the for P2.
Damn it! Oh my god, I'm even
Yeah.
further behind. Oh no. Well, hopefully an extra ball prediction that could bring me right up. What did I predict? 17 drivers finish the race. Well,
How many finishes we
19.
had? 19. Because I honestly didn't remember. If you would tell me it was 17, I would believe you.
No, no,
uh, yeah.
I was far off there as well. And then Mercedes were knocked 1 and 2.
Uh,
Um,
Maybe a future Mercedes in Max, right?
yeah, sure, sure.
I mean, George Russell finished P2 in the sprint, so that counts. And maybe Norris gets the Mercedes in like 7 years from now. Never know. It could be in the future. Yeah, obviously no points, and that means it's a 4 point gain for me. That puts me to 56 points. You are up to 46, so a 10 point gap. That's quite a big one, to be fair.
Oof.
I may
Ouch.
just try to go full like bold predictions for every single one
I,
with
I think
races. So
even if you
let
did that, I don't think it'd be enough.
I mean, if you get such a weekend like I did, like putting Max first everywhere, you might as well get.
I need two
It's,
extra ball predict. I'm going to start predicting Hulkenberg to get on the podium, evidently.
you know, it really feels like you can count on Max delivering just like we've seen in 2023 and early 2024 when Max pick for P1 was almost a guaranteed point.
Yeah.
It really feels like we've got to that point again, because when you give Max the fast car, he makes no mistakes and finishes P1 everywhere. So, and Mexico, one of Max's best tracks as well, and Piastri's worst as well. It's such a weird end of the season. Like they're 40 points behind. 40 points separated, and that was like a 104 points gap 5 races ago. It's such a huge jump that Max made, and at this point, we probably wanted to talk about the title fight as well. We'll get to the opinion. I just wanted to state that this is dangerously close now. 40 points is not much. Like this was this was like realistic when it was Lando versus Max, but now it's Max versus McLaren's, and
Yes.
Max when he's the one catching them, he's not making errors. He's not being driven off track. It's just
Well, I found it very
Max is still.
interesting, right, that the reaction to this race was, oh, Max is only 40 points behind now, right? Which
Yes.
is true. He's gone from 60, it was like 66 or something crazy like that, to now just 40. Um,
Yeah, in a single weekend.
in a single
Crazy.
weekend, which is huge. Like, that is such a huge change around in points. However, at the same point, Lando's now only 14 away, which
Yes.
I'd given up on Lando for the title, and I'll be honest, I still sort of have, because I think Max is really rocking and rolling now, could get a lot more points, especially because the most points that are up for grabs are this part of the season because of all the sprint races, and yeah, just you see Lando's race starts, they were pretty abysmal both times. So, I mean, he spent this Grand Prix was the whole time the coverage was just watching Lando Norris sit behind Leclerc, pretty much the whole race. So he needs to start pulling his punch. Well, not pulling his punches. He needs to start throwing his punches against Verstappen and not just Piastri. They both do. Piastri needs to really get back on form. Let's be honest, this has been coming for a while. These last few races have been poor from Piastri. Um, you look at Singapore as well. He's just not been at the same pace as the guys in front of it. So there needs to be some sort of push from drivers now to make sure that they well. I talked about this before, right? McLaren need to go to their drivers. You need to win this world championship. I don't care which one of you. We don't care, but one of you needs to win this world championship. So you better stop picking your head out your ass and actually going for it.
As you mentioned it, one of them has to win the title, right? That has to be McLaren's priority.
Yeah.
We're getting dangerously close to Max being like very, very close to them.
Yeah.
It raises a question. When do McLaren start to prioritize as driver if Max really closes up? Like imagine Max is like 20 points behind 3 races to go. Lando is like 8 points behind Piastri. Like, do they actually like let them fight and lose to Max in the end, or do they like prioritize one driver for the rest of the season? Because at this pace, like Piastri is not scoring points, Lando is really struggling to gain points on him, and Max is just rolling. He is winning everything. If this like the point game from the last 5 races, if Max keeps this up, obviously with the DNF with Piastri helps, and the DNF McLaren and the sprint helps, but overall, if Max keeps winning everything, McLaren will lose if they don't like try to win it with at least one driver. And who did they pick? Piastri, who's on such a bad form, but leading the championship, or Norris, who's prone to making mistakes in the high pressure situations. And we've seen Norris fight for the title last year against Max, and yeah, he lost pretty convincingly.
Yeah, definitely. But
it's really difficult. Like I don't know what they're gonna do because Max is so close now that they cannot afford to have these kind of weekends. Like they have to score many points. Like you said, they really have to lock in right now. And if Max is winning and McLaren isn't the fastest car anymore, they have to prioritize that one driver in terms of
I
points.
think it's difficult to choose. It's really difficult to choose.
Yeah, like
not just because they're both so impressive, but there's so many like for example, Norris was better this half of the season than Piastri was.
yes, Norris is currently in much better form. It has to be said, and yeah, I don't know what Piastri is gonna do if he's gonna bounce back in Mexico or not because like his 2 race finishes in his career are P8 in Mexico. Not great for a driver who's looking to bounce back. Lando, on the other hand, has had some good races in Mexico, right? Not like winning. I believe he hasn't won there, but definitely had pace over Piastri.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen. Like they at one point they have to prioritize as driver, and who's it gonna be? Like what are they gonna do? It really raises a dilemma for McLaren, and this is what they had to avoid throughout the season for this to not happen. Obviously, they were so focused on just them winning everything because they had the fastest car at that point. But now they're not. They don't have the fastest car. Well,
No.
maybe tied for Red Bull at certain points. Like in race pace, they have. In qualifying, they don't. And qualifying is the most important thing right now because you cannot really overtake in the races. So, yeah, what do they do? And how long does it take for them to actually use papaya rules for something good? Because all it has done this season was to screw up with the relationship between the drivers and the team, and the fans as well. Like there's so much hate on McLaren and Zach Brown specifically for everything, and it really doesn't look like McLaren are in a position to still keep doing this what they've done throughout the season. They really have to win this championship, and for that they probably will have to make difficult decisions. I don't know if they can do that because McLaren is very keen on keen to making very bad decisions when it comes to important matters. Let's say.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have a different opinion. I feel like this is really close now. 40 points is not a lot, and it's Max Verstappen we're talking about. He's gonna win everything if he has the car for it,
Yeah.
and right now he has.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that's the case, and I don't know. It's exciting, right? But
Yes.
we haven't had like a drivers' championship in years since Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. So it is exciting to have not only one driver, but or not even no, sorry, not only two drivers, but three drivers going for this championship now, and I hope that we'll see some exciting, some cool things from it. That's the main thing that I'm taking away as a fan. Um, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. Definitely exciting. Definitely nice to have a title fight. But right now, as things stand, despite being 40 points behind, I believe Max is the favorite for the title
That
right now.
uh,
I'm
but
not even kidding.
I
It's
know, I
five
know,
races to go and two sprints.
I get
40
you, I
points
get you.
is very easily achievable for Max. I don't feel like this is even a goal. Sorry,
I believe Max is
uh,
currently second favourite on betting odds.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he was the first because he, like in terms of maths, it's definitely likely. It's not even like yeah maybe, but no, Max is such a position that it's likely that he wins the championship unless McLaren changes something in their approach. And what do they do? Like, do they sacrifice a driver? Do they sacrifice Piastri, who have they're not in a very nice like relationship currently, and Lando on the other hand, do they like I cannot see a reality where they actually like tell Lando to let Oscar through uh, in Mexico or anywhere. So I don't know. If McLaren does that, obviously that's the correct decision from my side. Like if they want to win the championship against Max, they have to make these decisions. But yeah, they should have thought about it earlier in the season.
Yeah, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, that I, I mean, I think there's lots to go, lots to think about, lots to go into it. But we shall see. It's exciting. That's the main thing.
Yes, really would like to see a new world champion, be it Piastri or Norris. I don't really. Yeah, obviously I would like the Piastri to win more, but at this point, I feel like I would be more satisfied with a new world champion than Max winning his fifth, despite me praising Max the whole season. I like Max, but I just like diversity in results, and I always like when there are many winners, many fighters, and many podium sitters, and everything like that. And where many championships because like I feel like there's a lot of drivers on the grid who could fight for a title, be it like Charles, George, even Lewis probably still has it somewhere in him. Obviously, he's won 7 titles. But now we have McLaren's fighting for a title, and yeah, I feel like it would be more exciting for me personally for McLaren to win championship, drivers'
Yeah, I get
championship.
you there as well.
Uh,
Definitely.
yeah, like if Max does it, fair play. Like that would definitely puts him like up there with Schumacher and Lewis for the greatest of all time because like what he's doing currently is incredible. Like definitely clear of the grid right now as a driver. It's really remarkable, but still would like to see it's something new, right? Like we've seen him win the championship 4 years in a row. It's kind of repetitive.
Hmm.
Like I feel similar to what I felt with Lewis and Mercedes. Like I didn't dislike Lewis, but I just wanted to see other driver win. And when Ferrari was screwing up uh, in 2017 and 2018, it really wasn't nice to see. Yeah, I'm just a fan of something new and fights, and yeah, I hope it goes to the final race and hopefully for Piastri's sake it wins it because I still feel like he deserves more than Lando throughout the season. But yeah, that's just very arguable right now. Yeah, what do you feel like? Who deserves the championship more from the McLaren drivers?
I think it's too early to talk about. I think there's so many races left that I think they both deserve it. I think I need the races to figure it out. Right, that's what I'd say.
19 out of 25.
I hate
Sorry, 20.
I hate to be fence sitting, but that is genuinely my feeling. I think they're both are pretty much equally matched. If you were pushing me, if you threatened me, then I'd probably have to say Piastri at this point, but that's purely because he's in the head of the points. So I'm looking for. I think this is when champions are made, right? This stretch is when champions are made. So, think about this stretch between Hamilton and Verstappen. Think about how many in the last 6 races, how many incredible moments there were between them. From Brazil, where Hamilton, went from 20th to first, to Abu Dhabi, of course, to Qatar. Not Qatar. What was it? Saudi Arabia? Whatever. Dubai. There were so many incredible moments in those those last few races. This is what I want to see. Which one of these will be champion, or will Verstappen take it from them both? Because maybe they're both not champions. Maybe they don't have the right cojones.
Yeah, we'll see. Honestly, 5 races to go, 2 sprints, all to play for. Yeah, we'll see how it develops. Maybe McLaren suddenly is the fastest car back in Mexico and they get 1-2 and all the conversations are over. Maybe, I never know. I feel like McLaren will still have difficult tracks, like, for example, Mexico. I don't feel like will
necessarily be a McLaren track. Vegas, I feel like that's not a McLaren track. I feel like that could be like they could be the 4th quickest team, honestly, in Vegas. I wouldn't be surprised. It's like, Qatar is probably McLaren, Abu Dhabi, McLaren probably, and what's there left? Brazil. Brazil could be anyone's game. It could be Max winning or McLaren winning, or even like George Russell probably. Like, I feel like we'll see some surprises this last 5 races.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I don't. We'll see as we make our predictions for Mexico, I guess.
Yes, indeed. So, that's it for the American Grand Prix reaction. Thank you so much, everyone who's been listening to us. Every interaction is very, very appreciated. And we'll see you in the Mexican Grand Prix predictions, and hopefully HX actually somehow catches up a little bit. We want to see some big swings in the championship as well, right?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Imagine you're Max Verstappen. You're gonna.
It's time to lock in.
Yeah. Okay. So again, thank you so much, and that's it. Peace.
Peace.